What can I say about tonight's episode? I didn't see the entire episode from beginning to end, but I saw a chunk of it. I saw probably half to three quarters of it because for the first half, the first hour of the episode, I was splitting between the challenge and Big Brother. I'll probably rewatch both later, honestly, because for some reason I thought, hey, I can probably multitask a little bit and check out both of them at the same time. But splitting the attention didn't get me 100% of each, which is the theme that I was going with earlier with my man Killer Cam, where I was like, if he wants to taste all the flavors of the Metropolitan, unfortunately, he might not get what he's looking for because when you want all the flavors, sometimes you might end up with none. But it was interesting. We got to see what they did for the veto. We knew what they did for the veto, which was, well, they were putting together this AI bot, I guess you could call it, in the dark. And Leah did that the best. It looked like Quinn was close to winning the veto also. One thing that we got from the diary room was that it seemed like Quinn really wanted to win the veto to keep the noms the same because he felt like it was in his best interest to keep the noms the same because he didn't want to put up Joseph. But he was saying beforehand, well, we don't know if it was beforehand. It was probably afterwards, and they recorded it, but then put it in an order that made it look like beforehand. That Quinn was basically saying, I have to put up Joseph if somebody is taken off the block just to save face with the remainder of the people that they have in the house. It showed that Quinn was scared of Chelsea, or Quinn is scared of Chelsea, which is a given. We know that. I already saw when they showed the little preview. Now they've been showing this preview on X of like a thing or two that's gonna happen in the episode, and the thing that they showed in the preview was this exchange. Joseph is funny. It's like Joseph is supposed to be funny. He's put on there to be funny. But what I find funny about him is not the things that he finds funny about himself. If that makes any sense. Like Joseph is, hey, what's up, bro? Where are we driving? The gas station. Let's see. The grocery store. A lot of places. I'm always driving. I'm in the car like unless I'm sleeping, I'm in the car for like 75% of my life at this point. Hello, actually, I wish I had gone on StreamYard instead of just jumping on here because then I would have been able to put down a StreamYard link, but it's okay. Eviction night. Eviction night is Thursday, so when eviction night comes, I will drop my StreamYard link and everyone can jump on. Everyone who wants to can jump on. Let's see. And hi, Lisa. So y'all are gonna be able to watch me go to the gas station. Exciting times in my life. Exciting times. My favorite when he said I'm a badass. Joseph is, like I said, he's unintentionally hilarious. Like, not his jokes, not his actual things that he says that he's trying to be funny, but the things that he really feels are true. Oh yeah, and then in the diary room, he was just like, "Oh, Quinn betrayed me, and the first time I get a chance, his ass is going on the block." So I don't know if that's just what he was saying to play it up for the camera, or if he just genuinely actually feels like, "Hey, Joseph betrayed me." Why did I say Joseph? Quinn betrayed me. If Joseph feels like Quinn betrayed me, and like if he were to stay this week, that he would put Quinn on the block next week. But that's what he said. That was funny. That was funny. Joseph is funny. The friend zone edit. I'm getting tired of that. I know, Justin, you said that was funny, but I mean, I guess I'm not gonna say it wasn't funny. I'm just getting tired of Leah. Much to the dismay of my fellow vlogger that I found recently, Big Brother Bry. But I'm getting tired of Leah. I'm getting tired of how Leah walks around with Simp Nation on her back, and it makes her feel really confident about herself. Like all these simps that are just enjoying her and enjoying her company and just enjoying talking to her. And then the worst part to me, it's not even that the people like her. You know what I mean? If people like her, that's cool. But what I don't like is the fact that she will walk into these situations, she will say things to those guys that pique their interest, and then walk away from those conversations and speak to others as if those guys are just predators, just preying after her, and she had nothing to do with it. Like, oh, I try to shoo these flies away, but they just keep coming at me because they're desperate and lonely. And it's like, no, girl, you are a part of this equation. You want them to like you. You enjoy their company. You enjoy having people fawn after you. Like, let's be real here. Let's be real here. Oh, this is not cool. Mark gets to the gas station. Doesn't know where his main card is. That's okay. I do have a backup. I don't want to use the backup, but I have a job that involves a heavy amount of driving. So, unfortunately... yes. Oh, no, that's not it. I thought that was it. Shoot. So tomorrow's going to be one of those days where I just get to move in. With a minimal amount of gas in the car. It's all good in the hood. You missed what? You missed the episode? I mean, I wouldn't say there was anything so special about the episode, to be honest. To be real, to keep it real. Okay, we've been in the... You're always in the car. If you're on my lives at this point, we are in the car. There's no doubt about that. By the way, if you want to know how much my gas costs in my area, the cash price is $3.15 and the credit debit price is $3.25. And because, for whatever reason, I cannot find my debit card at this moment, the $3.25 price is the price that we're going with for today. But I'm only going to put... I'm only going to put $12 in the tank. Because I'm that cheap. The reason I'm putting the $12 in the tank is because it's enough to take me where I need to go. Minimally. However, tomorrow when I find wherever I misplaced my debit card,
Hey, it's Tom Scher, and you're watching Sound Bites.
I can fill the tank.
Woman is probably the most fun album I've ever made.
Not that you guys needed to know any of that, but our premium. Where do you live, Justin? Our premium right now. This is premium right now, $4.25, and this is one of the cheapest gas stations in my area. Regular is $3.25, plus is $3.85, super is $4.15, and premium is $4.25. That's one of the cheapest gas stations where I'm at. And then it's funny, isn't it funny, like driving to a gas station that is somewhat far away to save 10 cents a gallon, even though you're probably spending that money in the drive you take to get there? Like, this gas station is probably about 12 minutes away from my house. There's a gas station that is 2 to 3 minutes away from my house. If I was somebody who was deeply caring about math, I'd probably figure that out, but it is what it is. Unleaded where you're at is more expensive than premium. Oh, more expensive than your premium. Yeah, I'm sure it is. You misplaced your card. I guess so. I think my card is actually in my room, because I think I used it to buy something a couple of hours ago online, and then I just didn't put it back. It's probably on my dresser right now. Alright, South Texas, no wonder. Everything is cheaper in the South. I don't think that we learned anything new from the episode. I mean, like, the sound bites can be funny, but then I also feel like the sound bites are sound bites. They tell them to say a lot of that stuff. So knowing that makes me a lot less entertained. Sometimes it's entertaining. The show gives me like 3 or 4 good laughs every episode. Funny thing though is that my mom, she was watching the episode and I could just hear her giggling every 2 seconds, because when you don't watch the feeds and you don't know what's really happening, and you have that limited view of the reality of what's happening in the house, probably everything they're saying on the feeds is funny. I mean, everything they're saying in the diary room is funny, because she's not into that world in any kind of a way. Always put mine in an orange wallet. I guess there's just a lot of oil in Texas. Big Brother came on at 8 o'clock. Oh, Lisa already answered that. Yeah, Big Brother came on at 8 o'clock. The challenge came on 8 to 9:30. I've heard that it's going to go back to an hour at a certain point of the season. But I've been enjoying the hour and a half episodes. We had almost 2 upsets in the elimination, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm probably going to do my challenge recap tomorrow, because I've realized that, yes, there's a lot of fans of the challenge, including myself, but they don't really wait on my Wednesday recaps. Like, the numbers wise, I've done some recaps on Wednesday night, and I've done some recaps on Thursday mornings, and the numbers are essentially about the same. So my only issue is that I wish that I was able to. I wish I had DVR. That's the one thing. I do not have DVR, and I wish I did. If I had DVR, then I would watch one, and then I'd watch the other, and then I would just get on late to do my recap. Late, but it is what it is. The math doesn't have to math for that. I have like a friend in Dallas. I have friends in Dallas, and I have friends in Houston, and I want to go to both of those places at some point in my life. Especially Houston. I've heard Houston is a really fun place to be. Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Ooh, I forgot that I wanted to stop at 7-Eleven. All right. Houston is a vibe. I will watch the challenge tomorrow when the feeds are down. Justin is super committed to the feeds, I gotta say. It is impressive between Justin and Tasha. Justin and Tasha are two people that I know that are extremely committed to the feeds. Over the 1 year, maybe about 1 year that I've known Justin, and maybe about 2 years, possibly. I think I've known Tasha for 2 years. I don't know. Downtown. What is Downtown Daily? Tasha is the homegirl. Tasha, I always say this. Tasha is the GOAT at keeping us all up to date. With these recaps, like some days. I was about to close it anyways.
I was like, I'm waiting for the noise. I haven't heard it.
Yeah, Tasha's the GOAT when it comes to keeping us up to date with those recaps of the feeds. Downtown Daily equals. Oh, I thought that said daily. I looked at it real quick.
Bless you? No.
I'm going to finish that thought later.
Next. Bless you?
Yeah. Oh, no, not the waters. Sorry. Just this. All right. Have a good one. Thank you. Yeah, I thought my guy wasn't gonna close the fridge. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, I was just gonna close it because, you know, manners, wasting energy. I can't walk away from an open fridge in a um in a store, even though like it's not like that's my electricity, but I got scolded enough for not closing the fridge and something spoiling or whatever. Oh yeah, so what I was finishing saying is it's probably the same amount of time actually that I've known Justin and Tasha. It's just that Tasha was on my channel before Justin, and we were doing we did traders recaps, we did circle recaps, what else? Everything. Big Brother. I don't think that I did any challenge I don't know if she's a challenge fan, but multiple shows, but especially where she shines is with these Big Brother recaps and with the trader recaps. I really enjoy doing the traders recaps with her. Always wanted to visit Texas. Me too. We're taking a field trip to Texas. We're taking a field trip to Texas. I know so many people from Texas. At one point in my life, I almost moved to Dallas, Texas. But the reason I ended up not moving is because, I don't know. I had a friend that moved over there. Like, we were both from Canada. And he moved over there because of, because of oil mining, honestly. In, what year was that? 2010, maybe 2011. And then he was just like, bro, I make $90,000 a year. And at that time, I mean, still $90,000 a year is a lot of money, but at that time especially, $90,000 a year was a ton of money when you think about what minimum wage was at that time. Like anywhere from like $7 to $10 an hour. So, and I was making my measly $7.25, $8 an hour in 2010. Actually, I think I made about $10 an hour in 2010, now that I think about the job I had at that time, which I thought was like, oh, this is pretty good. But nowadays, apologies for that. Okay. I can't say I have never. I moved for a girl one time in my entire life when I moved to Atlanta. But aside from that, since then, that was the one and only time. And that wasn't really like moving for a girl. It wasn't like I met her somewhere and then I moved because I met her. It was actually somebody that I knew from where I lived. And then she moved. And then eventually I ended up moving. That was how that ended up happening. It wasn't like, oh, we just met somewhere and she was like, oh, I live in Atlanta. And I was like, I'm coming to Atlanta. It was more like we went to school together, Massachusetts. And then she moved to Atlanta. And we kept in contact. And then one day, life brought me over to Atlanta. It wasn't even her, but we were in contact. And I was like, I'm coming to Atlanta for 2 weeks. And then she was like, oh, we should meet up. So we met up. And then sometime down the road, like 6 to 8 months later, I ended up moving there and staying there for about a year. And that was that. That was my experience in the ATL, which I actually hated at first, but eventually I started to like it. Okay. I wouldn't move that far for someone anyways. Like Atlanta was like a 2-hour flight. I'm not. Dallas is a whole other story to me, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion. I knew Texas was big. I didn't. Texas is huge. Texas is massive. Like, I have coworkers that live in Texas, and they are nowhere near each other. Like, I could probably drive through 6 states. In my area before they could see each other in their own state. Like, it's that crazy. What time are we right now? We are parking. Okay. We are home. So, I can't believe I've been on here for 27 minutes, actually. Yeah. Texas is one of the places I want to go. California, I was able to cross off my bucket list. If we're talking about places in the United States that I would like to go, St. Louis, Missouri, Las Vegas. I definitely want to go to Las Vegas at some point. I want to go to I guess there's not a ton of places in the United States that I want to be, actually. I want to go to the Dominican Republic. I want to go to Puerto Rico, New York, and Chicago. I miss Chicago. I used to be there. I used to live around there. I used to live an hour away from Chicago, and I used to go over there often. I used to go over there like once a month. Me and my friends when I was in college would go over there for the weekend, rent a hotel, stay there for the weekend, and come back over to Michigan on Monday. We'd leave on Friday, and then we'd come back on Monday. One of my least favorite states, my sister and her daughter. I'd never been there. I had never been there. I wouldn't want to live there, I don't think, but I would definitely want to visit, actually. Hey, Mary. I'm going to be on here like another 5-6 minutes or so. But I'm definitely going to be on here tomorrow for eviction night. Eviction night is my favorite night of the week. I already said this yesterday, but my hopes are that actually... You know, I had a specific thing that I wanted, but then based on the conversations I saw today, any combination of those people going is fine with me. Like, if Rubina wins and then Joseph and Chemo are on the block together, well, then I guess Joseph would probably go, so that would probably be my least interesting scenario. So I kind of want Joseph to win the AI arena and then make everyone have to make the choice between Rubina and Chemo, because I've heard that people are going back and forth about that. And the thing is, T-Core, that's her number one ally, but also they've been floating around this all-girl alliance thing. So they would have to make the all-girl alliance obvious if they voted out Chemo or Joseph and kept Rubina. Although Rubina was... oh yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing that Chelsea said. Like, Chelsea was basically saying, oh, this would be epic. I don't know what word she used exactly, but she was basically saying that it would be epic. She was saying that it would be epic to send out Tucker and then to send out Rubina. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been tired all day. It's not even that it's night. It's that I have been tired from the beginning of this day until the end of this day. So they showed the house get something right now while the feeds were down. Interesting. Oh yeah, they were talking about another AI twist in the episode tonight. I'm tired of AI twists though. It's fine, don't worry, we understand. Thank you, Mary. I'm probably not done for the night, honestly. Like, it's different sitting up and doing a live versus just being up. When I'm just up, I can just be up and doing whatever. I can watch TV, I can throw the feeds on, I can get on the computer, I can catch up on back work that I need to catch up on. But when I'm on here, I have to be committed. You know what? This is off topic, and probably not a lot of people are going to care about this. But I appreciated this one comment that I got a day or 2 days ago when somebody said in my comments something to the effect of they appreciate me because this is a difficult thing to do. Like, vlogging is a difficult thing to do, and the good ones make it look easy. As soon as I was about to drop some bars, my phone is gonna give me the 5% warning. Like, are you serious right now? Okay. I'm about to drop something. I'm about to say something that is unrelated basically to Big Brother. Getting on here for people's entertainment is not easy. Okay, maybe I'm speaking for myself. Maybe some people find it easy. Hey, I just get on here and I get on this internet world and I just say things that people find are funny, interesting, entertaining, thought-provoking, stirs the pot, whatever it is that they happen to do to feed their channel. First of all, honestly, I have to hold on. Oh, now it's letting me start a all this time that was start a poll. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. I that was a dusty moment for sure. I'm gonna finish my thought. I just want to put this poll up before I get into that. Who do you want to see go home tomorrow? Okay. Chemo. Justin. Is that his name? Joseph. And Rubina. Okay. Sorry, y'all. That distracted me. All right. Now I put that poll in there. Anyways, let me restart what I was saying. That person said something to the effect of, I appreciate you. I appreciate your channel because the good ones make something difficult look easy. When I first started doing this page, I started this page by myself. I didn't have anybody. I didn't even have people that were like friends that I was like, hey, support my page. I just started talking about a topic and people started watching me randomly, random strangers on the internet. And that was cool. That was fun. And then people started saying, hey, can you come on at this time? Can you come on at that time? And I was like, sure, you know, because at the beginning, that was cool to me because it was like, I just started doing this and people are requesting me. I like being in demand. So you could never ask me enough. If you were like, can you do 10 lives a day? I'm like, if you're going to be here 10 times a day, I'll be on 10 times a day. No problem, right? And then months went by, years went by. This is my third year. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is my third year. This is the end of my third year of being a YouTube partner, right? And it was very hard. It was hard to get a YouTube partnership because I tried for a while, but it was easy in the sense of from my first application, it took me about 2 more months. I think it took me, yeah. I tried once and then it took me 2 appeals and then I got my monetization. And then I got to a point where I was doing the lives every day during the Big Brother season. And once I started doing the lives every day and people started to recognize my channel, a lot of things changed. Number one, the demands changed. Before, when it was like, this is a new channel that I just happened to find and I'm happy to find the channel, people were like, whenever you're on here is whenever you're on here. I'm cool with that. Then it became, you're not on enough. Why aren't you on at this time? I need you on at this time. Like I said this before, in the same sense that my job, where the clients that I work for the most part, are not directly paying me for anything that I do. They have the most demands of anyone, more than my family, more than people in my personal life, my clients who don't directly give me a dime for anything. And they're like, my money pays you, right? So in a sense, in a roundabout way, yes, their Medicaid money does cover portions of my salary, but where does the money for the Medicaid come from? I'm working and the money is getting taken out of my paycheck. So I'm essentially kind of paying myself, if you want to go that route. And then people kind of assume, right, that on YouTube, they're like, oh, you get the money because when you put up your videos and there's 200, 300, 400 people viewing them, you get ad revenue. If I showed you how little the ad revenue is, you would be like, why are you even doing this? And you would understand that I'm doing this just because I enjoy doing it. Like, yes, do I hope that one day I can say that this creates some kind of significant income stream for me? Yes, I hope so. Does it do that right now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's just enough to cover what I spend putting into the channel for things like my StreamYard subscription or my Canva subscription, all that good stuff, right? The trolls. And people think that the trolls are just people who don't like you and make troll comments, right? I don't mind those people. You know why? Because the trolls that just pop up on the channel, I've never seen them before, and then they say wild things, I just block them. The worst trolls to me are not the ones that make the random comments and you don't know who they are, because you just get rid of them. The worst trolls are the ones that come to your channel regularly and troll you. And those trolls could either be just like dumb comments, or the trolls could be, what are those called? Backhanded compliments or back-ended compliments. Double-edged sword. It could be like, you suck, LOL. My day is going fine. I'm ending this. So I'm ending this live. So unfortunately, if you came here for the rest of the Big Brother part, this segment is not about Big Brother. There's the people that when you watch the shows get extremely invested into. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Messy. Messy is better. There's the people who, when they watch the shows, get extremely invested into the characters. Where it's nothing wrong with having favorites, because if you listen to me talk enough, I always have favorites. I always have people that I really like. I always have people that I kind of invest into when the season starts, but not to the degree that I hate somebody if they like somebody else, or if somebody else doesn't like the same person that I like, I get raging mad and I'm like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. There's the different personalities that you have to manage. There's the fact that, okay, there's some channels that don't bear the same type of responsibility that I do, where if they hear things they don't like, they're just going to be like, F you, and just block you. That's it. Plain and simple. I try to give people respect, and at times that gets thrown in my face in ways that I wouldn't expect, right? And but it's true though. It's true though, Charicity. If I'm saying that right, Charicity. It gets thrown in my face in a sense, because people are like, I can say whatever I want to say to you, and you're not going to say anything back. And then if I do say something back, oh, you're the bad guy. I am saying it right? Okay, that's good. Wait, let me see what the poll results are. Oh, 90% of y'all want Joseph to go out of 10 votes. Interesting. That's the majority of y'all. Anyways, yeah. So if somebody who usually takes the high road takes the low road one day, suddenly they're the bad guy. Sometimes when I get on here, I remember a particular day I jumped on my channel and I started doing a live, and I had an intent to make this really good live. I expected the live to go for a long time, and I've told people that I have an anxiety disorder. So that particular day, I don't know what I'm doing with this thing right now, but that particular day, I started a live, and as I started that live, I don't know what it was, the stress of the day, the things that were going on in my life at that time, I started to develop, I started to have panic attacks, not develop panic attacks. I started to have really bad panic attacks. So I had to cut the live short, much shorter than I expected the live to be. And some of the commentary that I got about my live being cut short was about like, oh, he just left us. And I was so pissed, because I was like, you don't even care about my life outside of this YouTube thing. And you don't have to. Granted, like, you don't have to care about my life outside of this YouTube live. You're not in it. I understand. But at the same time, I care about y'all lives. I'm not in your lives. I don't know your life. You know, I know whatever people tell me, whatever people choose to share with me on here. But I can tell you this, people can tell you if you have been following me for any amount of time, if I see somebody who's a regular commenter on my page in the comment section and I don't see them for a while, I'm not like, screw that person. They used to be a supporter and now they're a fake supporter. I'm like, I hope everything is okay. You know, if the worst thing that is happening to that person who disappeared from my channel is that they just didn't want to be on my channel anymore, great. I'd rather that happen than something else happen, because so many things can happen in the world. That's messed up. Oh, hey Ebony, it's your channel. People should shout out to Ebony too, by the way. Ebony did a bunch of lives with me last year, and I need to get you back on here at some point, Ebony. I'm not even gonna listen. For another day, I will acknowledge that comment. Brownino, you're entitled to your opinion. It's just not right now. I'm not saying you're not entitled to your opinion right now. I just mean that's not the topic that I'm on right now. So that's why I'm not acknowledging it. Your mental health is way more important than a stupid lie. That's awful. Yeah, and that's what I realized too. Like, people, okay, I'm not going to say it's everybody, because there is a lot of people who care. Like, if I were to disappear for a week and I didn't tell anybody where I was going, then there is like a 20 to 25% of my followers who would probably be like, is Mark okay? Did something happen? Is something wrong? I haven't heard from him, or I haven't seen him. And then there would be another 75% that is like, where is this guy? Why isn't he entertaining me right now? I should go over to Rob Has a Podcast. That's just a random example. But yeah, I mean, so I say all that to say that comment is true. I have learned to master, in a way, having a YouTube page and hosting a YouTube channel and balancing the life that you experience on YouTube versus the life that you experience in real life. The one last thing, yeah, message me, Ebony, you still have my email. The one last thing that I would say, when you know who you are, the internet can make you forget who you are. And this is the reason why I'm saying that. Because I know who I am in my life. Being a content creator, people feel entitled to I know. And I've recently been talking to other content creators about that. And I didn't really realize that that was a thing. They feel entitled to your life, and not even just in a sense of you being online, but they feel like a sense of ownership. They feel a sense of entitlement. And don't let somebody be somebody who found your channel when it didn't have a lot of viewers and then is still there when the viewers go up. Don't let them be that person. I mean, I can't say that about everybody, because I have a few people who were here when I had a few subscribers that this doesn't apply to. I know Lisa. I know Sapphire. You know, like, there's a few people that were in here when my channel didn't have Tammy. Like, I know a few people in here when my channel did not have a lot of subscribers. I still think it's a humble channel. It doesn't have that many subscribers. But let somebody be in here when your channel didn't have too many subscribers or followers or watchers, whatever you want to call them, and then all of a sudden it gets more, and then they feel like you're business partners. I don't mean like, I always show love to the people that have been here from the beginning, but you're not my business partner. What I mean by business partner, I always say that a channel or like a successful channel is not a channel without the subscribers. But the person who creates the content still has to be on here creating the content. When there's one person in the chat, when there's 2, when there's 10, and when there's 1,000. When the Big Brother season is over and everyone's like, I don't care about your channel anymore, how does it stay afloat? You have to actually get on the channel and figure out a way to keep it afloat. And I've done a lot of things to do that. Like I watch shows that I otherwise wouldn't watch. I look at different topics. I try a whole bunch of different things. The Big Brother season is 3 months. And I've covered 3 seasons. So we're talking 9 months of Big Brother and like 27 months of off season. You don't get the credit for that. I give you credit for being here, for supporting me, you know, but it's not in a sense of you and I built the platform. It took work to do that. It did. Yeah, they feel like they're majority owners for real. No, I mean, yeah, it used to be that way. It hasn't been that way in a while. I'm just ranting at this point. This is a rant. I haven't done one of these in a long time. But with all that being said, I don't feel that same pressure that I used to feel. If you're a new content creator and you're watching this or you want to become a content creator, this is just some tips for the game. I don't feel that pressure or stress anymore to create on demand for whenever people want to see me. I don't feel like I have to stay on for 3 hours because somebody wants me to stay on for 3 hours. Trust me, y'all. You might think that this extra 20 minutes is because I just got caught up and carried away in what I was saying. I could have jumped off 20 minutes ago, for real. But it's just that I have the time and I had something that I wanted to say. I don't feel like I have to keep up with the Joneses. I don't feel like I have to compete with other content creators. I'm not Rob Has a Podcast. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. When I first started vlogging, especially in this realm and especially covering this topic, I looked at all the other top Big Brother vloggers religiously. Rob Has a Podcast, Jolene. I was looking at Tom, TV Talks with Tom. I was looking at, all the major ones that people watch the most. I don't even have to list them all out. There's only so many of them. And I used to watch all of them. And I used to be like, before I even started making a channel, as a matter of fact, I looked at those channels and said, because of these channels, I cannot make a channel. Because I don't have whatever they have. And I was comparing myself to them. Then when I started my channel, honestly, there was people who said, I like your channel better than Rob Has a Podcast. Shout out to Rob Has a Podcast. Because I met the guy. He's a nice dude. And his channel has way more followers than mine, obviously. And is probably the most recognized in this game when it comes to like reality TV podcasts. But there's a lot of people who have said to me on my channel, in my DMs, in my email, that they like my channel better. And I'm not even saying that to say that I'm better than Rob Has a Podcast. I'm saying that to say that I have my own lane. Some people like the lane that I'm in. Some people don't. I'm comfortable because I never had to change myself. I never had to adjust who I am. I never had to down anybody else's channel in order to bring my channel up. I never had to do that, and I'm never going to do that. I stand on my own. If you like what I bring to the table, you can, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to change who I am. Like, I'll make adjustments when it comes to content and just, you know, upgrading my material, making sure that everything is up to par, up to speed with the changes that are going on in the generation, and just updating my video quality. Even though I haven't really been doing that stuff lately, I'm willing to do that. But to change who I am inherently, no. My channel is my channel. My personality is my personality. You like it, I appreciate you. You don't like it, um, you know, I hope your phone falls in the side of the car on the highway while you're driving and you can't pull over to take it out. Let me see. I hear that on a lot of chats, and I'm with you. People forget that they aren't your boss. You care about their opinion, but aren't like, I know, right? Like, if you think that you're gonna influence my opinion like that, at least drop me a super chat when you talk trash to me. Send me like $10 or something, and then your opinion is gonna have some value. Be authentically you. That's why we love and appreciate you. Love and appreciate you too, Tammy. I don't watch him. Oh, really? Rob is awesome. Great host. Everyone offers something different. Most of the BB channels I watch are smaller YouTubers. Me too, actually, to be honest with you. There's like a few. There's like a couple that I watch that are not small channels, but I like the small ones because oftentimes those are the ones that are the most down to earth to me. And I like people that are down to earth vloggers instead of characters. I'll never forget this, right? And yeah, I know I'm going way over, but way over what I said. But a vlogger that I was watching that was one of my favorite vloggers in the beginning when I first started vlogging. He said something, I was watching one of his lives, and he basically was like, "This is the entertainment show. Everyone who gets on YouTube plays a character." He was just like, "I don't really care what people say about me because that's just my YouTube character. When I turn off my camera, I'm this person, and when I turn on my camera, I'm that person." And I was watching that, and I was like, I'm not a YouTube character. Y'all see me everywhere. Most of your favorite Big Brother bloggers, bloggers, you don't even see them talking to these people. You can see me standing. I stood outside, right? Y'all saw me. I went to the Big Brother premiere party this year. I stood outside, right? I'm not invited to any VIP events, no matter whether you see me with these people. There's nobody that said, "Mark, here's your special VIP invite to come party with us." I paid for my ticket, right? So I'm a fan. I'm just a fan. I'm just a regular fan that attended a fan event, right? I see many people in there that are even more known than me because they go all over the country for these things. They'll go to LA, they'll go over here, Florida, wherever they have those events, they'll go. I don't go there. I stay right here in New York, right? I stood outside with my phone. I went on live. "Hey, can you hop in my live?" You saw me talk to Hannah, Aza, Jag, Matt. You saw me talk to Xavier, Big D, Katora. Half the people that were in that building that were from some kind of cast jumped into my live. And I was talking to them. I was holding a conversation with them. How many of these people do you even see outside? Like, outside of their house. So, I don't have a persona. You see me like just living my life every day on the camera. That's it. And I've had people meet me before that were like, "You're exactly the same person that you look like on the camera. You act the same way that you do on the camera." Because so I'm not used to sometimes That was one of my biggest adjustments, was people saying things to me because they were typing on the computer. And I'm like responding, even though I could respond the same way they're typing to me. I'm just like, I don't say or type things that I wouldn't say, because I grew up in the era where you have to stand on what you say. Um, nope. Nobody attacked my channel. Let's see. I don't subscribe to just anybody. Oh, I appreciate you, Churicity. I recently found your channel and really loved your channel, but yeah, no. Wow. I rarely hear someone say that. Actually, I have heard people say that they don't watch his channel. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard a lot of people say that. But there's a lot of people who do, so it's not like that matters. But I always find that as a compliment when somebody says, I like your channel better than Rob Has a Podcast. But I always give Rob Has a Podcast credit, because he's built a monster of a channel that a lot of people appreciate. I don't watch his channel. I do watch sometimes. I watch his channel once in a blue, but that's mainly for Taryn, to be honest with you. But like I said, I met Rob. I have the video on my page of when I met Rob. Cool dude when I met him. I liked him. They get burnt out. Those are the ones that you see that they're like so much up with this character energy, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm taking a mental health break. How many mental health breaks have you seen me take? You know why you haven't seen me take mental health breaks? Because I don't need them. It might sound strange to say, but I haven't needed a mental health break, because there was somebody who came on my channel early this year and was like, I can see that you're going through some things. Yes, you're right. They were like, I haven't enjoyed your channel because it looks like you're going through some things. And I'm like, I am. And I say that. I get on here when I'm not feeling good and there's things going on in my life. Even if I put Big Brother recap, I will talk for the first 10 minutes about my life. And some people are like, get on with the Big Brother. I'm like, thank you for letting me know who actually is a supporter of me, or who is just here for like some Spartacus entertainment, if you know Spartacus. Wild Milfers. Then the gurus be like, oh, I hate that. How to grow your channel. I hate that. I used to watch so many of those videos before I got monetized. And I'll tell y'all, I gained 2,500 subscribers on my other channel without using a single one of those tips. 2,500 people followed me. And you might not think that sounds like a huge number, right? I didn't pay for it. I didn't get a YouTube algorithm boost. I didn't get like a social media, what are those things called? I forgot what they're called, but those like social media people that you pay to grow your channel. I didn't read an ebook. I did read a couple ebooks, but they did not really contribute too much. Like I followed some of those tips and they did not really contribute to me growing the channel. I just got on here and I spoke, and 2,500 people decided that they enjoy watching me, and then 1,140 more people on this channel decided the same. 3,000 and whatever, 3,540. Just by getting on here and speaking. Dusty equipment and all. I don't have some big vlogging camera. I don't have the big vlogging light and the room with the padding, the soundproof room. You know, like people hear the planes flying over my house because I live by the airport. The sound quality isn't the best. Just is what it is. Um, and if you listen to this rant, there's still 14. Honestly, I thought this number was going to drop, but there was like 14, 15 people when I started on this 40 minutes ago, and it's about the same. So shout out to everyone who actually stayed and listened to that whole thing, because I know that had nothing to do with Big Brother, and in some cases it might have nothing to do with you, because it's not like you are, some of you don't have a page, but it just means that you rock with me. So I appreciate you for staying on here. Yeah, Hannah's the best. Hannah's the GOAT. I would never say a bad word about Hannah. I'm like a Hannah stan. Anytime I see her, that's one of the first people I go over to. Like, hey, Hannah. Hannah, Aza, Nicole, Turner, Wendell. Those are some people who are Big D. Those are some people who show love whenever they see me. Big Brother Boy is funny. Big Brother Boy. I mean, those of you who have seen this my channel before, since there's new people on my channel, I want to say this again. I watched Jolene. I watched not Big Brother Boy. I watched Rob Has a Podcast. I watched whatever was out there. There was a lot of channels out there. Not even just the channels with 50,000, 60,000 subscribers, but even some of the channels with like 3, 4, 5,000 subscribers. I watched a whole bunch of them before I started vlogging myself. And the one that, and I say this with peace and love, but the one that made me make my own vlog was Big Brother Boy. And I remember I actually put in his comments one day, I was like, man, I love your quirkiness, whatever I said. And because of you, I want to start my own Big Brother channel. And he responded like, he was like, do it, bro, with exclamation points. Probably has no recollection of that at all, because it was just a comment in his comment section. But after he said that, I got on maybe a couple of days later, and I uploaded my first video. And the reason why his channel was the one that inspired me out of all those other channels was honestly because I was like, the dude is recording on his cell phone. He's sitting in his car in a graveyard. There's no like real polish to the way that he's speaking. There's no special effects or graphics or anything that makes the page super special. Everyone just is drawn to his enigmatic personality. So I was like, I guess I don't need anything to start. And I don't even think I had a computer at the time. So I was just like, let me just throw on my phone in my living room. And that's what I did. And people just went from there. The day that I actually start getting into the tech stuff again, I upgrade my equipment. I make everything look polished and pretty. And I get the sound. I lost my microphone. I had a nice mic that I was using. I lost it. The day that I get all that stuff back on point, you know, who knows? This page could be Mark Has a Podcast. Rob, when I asked Rob the best piece of advice he could give me for starting a podcast, he said, don't put me out of business. I'm gonna repost that video tomorrow. Tomorrow's Throwback Thursday. He was like, don't put me out of business. And I laughed and he laughed, but I'm coming for you, Rob. Maybe, you never know. I mean, I haven't collabed with a channel in a long time, to tell you the truth. I'm not against it, but I'll tell you the truth. When I first started, this is the last thing that I'm going to say because I do have to hop off. I have to be up really early tomorrow morning. When I first started, I wanted to collab with everybody. And I collabed. I'll tell you who I collabed with. I can tell you exactly which channels I collabed with. I collabed with Retro Kitten. Shout out to you. I collabed with Nick Shorts. I collabed with Danny J. As far as channels, I mean, there's people who don't have channels that I collabed with also, but those are the people whose channels that I collabed with early on. And we all had a good rapport. But the thing is, when it came to certain other channels, especially channels who are bigger than my channel, or even if they weren't that much bigger than my channel, but they are in the same field, I find that a lot of these content creators feel like if I put people on to you, you could become bigger than me, and I don't want that, right? So if you watched me early on, I shouted out all these different channels. Shout out to this one, shout out to that one, shout out to this one, shout out to that one. Can any of you name any channel that has shouted me out on their channel? If you can name one, I'm going to be shocked. But you could go back in my history and find that I shouted out almost every Big Brother channel that exists that I know about. Oh yeah, well, that's recently. Shout out to Big Brother Bree. Big Brother Bry. I'm sorry. I'm always have the tendency to say Bree. Big Brother Bry. That's recently. But generally, and AT2, I have to shout him out. He did shout out my channel quite a bit early on, and there was like one or two others that did. So I'm not going to say 0 people did, but I'm going to say 1% of all the people who create Big Brother. And it's such a small pool of us that we all know each other. So I shouted all them out. They didn't shout me out. And I realized at that point it was because nobody wants to help you succeed, because they think that, when I say nobody, I'm talking about other content creators. They don't want to help you succeed because they feel like you could pop off more than them. And I don't view it that way, because for an example, me and Retro trended upwards together. Me and certain other channels trended upwards together. You know, I still remember the way that me and Retro worked together when we first started, where me and her were both not monetized at the time, and we were both trying to get monetized. And we would collaborate. We would figure out, okay, this night we're gonna go live on your channel. This night we're gonna go live on my channel. This night we're gonna work together, and you go live first, and I'm gonna be in your comments, and then when you're done, shoot everybody to my channel, and then you come into my comments. But there's not many people who operate like that. So because of that, I don't shout people out on my channel anymore. I don't. I am shouting out Big Brother Bry because I believe in reciprocation. When people reciprocate, absolutely, I'm willing to give you all your shine. I'm not doing it because I'm a hater. I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it. But I'm not giving any more one-sided love in 2024. That's just me. I'm not giving no more one-sided love. I don't appreciate one-sided love or fake love, backhanded compliments. Only the people that I know really genuinely support me. The people who would say the same thing to me in these comments that they would say in the DM if they were talking to somebody else and I wasn't there. That's a supporter right there. And that's not to say that everybody is to agree with everything that I say, agree with everything that I do, but just somebody that I know is coming from a genuine space. That person will always get love from me. And the person who isn't, well, you can stand in the house, and that's about it. Ah, that was a good hour. That was like an hour of therapy. I thank you guys for staying and listening to that. I don't know how much this is going to be on the replay value. Not much, but it helped me, if that does anything for any of you. Okay, so what do we have here? 68% want Joseph to go tomorrow, 20% Rubina, 11% chemo. Okay. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, honestly, I want to thank the people that were on this live more than the people that are on my regular Big Brother lives, because I so appreciate the people who stay and listen to me talk about life even more than the ones that listen to me talk about TV shows, because TV shows come and go. And let's see. I'll be back here Thursday. Thursday, I promise y'all, it's going to be Big Brother, but tonight I had something else on my heart, I guess. That's why I went on an hour tangent. That is a lot even for me. Like, I usually, those times that Lisa's talking about where I stayed extra was because I was reading comments. This time was because I just had a lot on my mind. And this was like the right time and platform to let it out. I love therapy. Thanks for being so vulnerable and sharing. You're a really awesome channel. By the way, thank you, Charity. I have a channel I have a Facebook page, if any of y'all are on Facebook, called Big Brother Vibes. Big space brother space vibes with the exclamation point after the vibes. Big Brother Vibes exclamation point. Jump on there. Join me on there if you want to talk Big Brother. I talk Big Brother on there. I'm trying to build that page up. And I have, if you watch the challenge, I have another page called the Challenge All-Star Chat that has about 4,600 people in there right now. That is a growing channel as well. Anyways, I might hop on here tomorrow morning, but I'll definitely be here tomorrow night at eviction night. And like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Have a great night on purpose. Talk to y'all soon.